Hi everyone. I'm just getting set up here. Won't be a minute. Welcome. All right, I just want to have my comments up here. Feel free to use the chat at any time if you have any questions, and welcome. How are we all doing? We've got some more ladies coming in here. Okay, so while we wait for some more ladies to hop on, what I'm going to do is just pull us a card, and then I'm going to explain how this is going to work. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I just want to set the energy for our week together. Hi, Bua. Hi, Emma. So I'm actually using the Kali Oracle cards, and I'm just going to ask, hi, Brandy. Ask the Divine Mother what she wants us to know collectively for all the women that will be watching this now or later. What do we need to know for our highest good about healing the wounded feminine? And in particular today, thank you. Okay, so we got Gaia Kali. It is time to realize the true nature of certain life circumstances. Be grateful for what you've learned, but see things for what they are rather than what you wish them to be. You shall be able to recognize, process, and prosper from the truth, and do not need to fear the revelations that are unfolding. That's beautiful, because my intention for you today is to really feel into the information that I'm going to be bringing to you and feel what's true for you. And then, like it says, the revelations are unfolding. Let it unfold naturally. Welcome everyone, welcome, welcome. Okay, just a bit of housekeeping here while everyone's hopping on. Hello Facebook ladies. I'd love to know where you're all from. And I'm not just saying that, I actually love to connect with women from all around the world. This is for women, and I just want to make it really clear that this is not like a man-hating space. This is very specifically because I work with women, and I see these wounds playing out in so many lives, which is why we are actually doing the witch wound, the ancestral wounds, and the prostitution wound, okay? Because I see these wounds playing out in our lives. Gippsland, I know Gippsland, I used to live in Melbourne. Welcome. I love to see where everyone is from around the world. I just think it's beautiful. Okay. So it's not a man-hating space or anything like that, but I will be bringing to you how the patriarchal paradigm has unfolded throughout our history and how women in particular were targeted. In saying that, men were targeted too through the witch wound, but like I said, I just want to make it clear that I work with women, which is why I'm coming from a female perspective, which is why I'm talking about healing the wounded feminine, okay? And we're going to go deep into that today. I would love to know why you're here, what drew you here. I know a lot of you just saw something pop up on your feed and you were like, I have to know about this. I have to clear this for myself. Pennsylvania, welcome. Another Melbourneite, hello. Okay, what were you hoping to learn out of this week together? I'd love to know, if you could take one thing away from this week, what would it be? We are going to be clearing the persecution wound at the end of the call today. I just want to explain to you how this witch wound might be playing out in your life today. And just a trigger warning, I'm going to be going deep. I'm going to be explaining to you my own witch wound, and how that came about for me, and it is deep and it can be brutal, okay? So I just want to have that disclaimer at the start before we go super deep, because this is super deep work. Brandy, I have some serious work to do with my feminine wound. Yeah, and exactly. So many of you beautiful women have said this has popped up at exactly the right time. So let's get started. I'm going to be sharing my screen in a moment, but I just wanted to personally welcome you all to this space. Those that have been following me for a while, welcome back. And those of you that are totally new, welcome to my world. My name is Sarah Lyons and I'm a soul alchemist and a business strategist. And I merge the two to work with women to help them scale their own spiritual businesses. So today, some of you might be in business, some of you might not, because we're talking about healing the wounded feminine, but I do attract women who own their own spiritual businesses, okay? So the way this came about for me is when I came into my own business in 2018, I had all of these blocks. I didn't want to show up. I didn't want to go live. I would break out in a cold sweat. And a coach at the time took me through this wounding. And I'm going to explain to you my story a bit later on how that happened. But I came into recovery from a long-ass drug addiction in 2014, had my spiritual awakening. I was a nurse, I was a midwife, but I realized my deeper soul calling, which is to serve women across the planet, to clear these old wounds so that you can step into your power and your purpose, okay? So my intention for you is that we can get to the crux of why you're here and clear this wound today. Is anyone else having feedback issues? Thumbs up if the sound's all right. Thank you. Okay, let's get started. Woo. Okay, so this workbook here is in the events. It was also emailed out. So no stress if you don't have it right now. We'll make sure you've all got it. Just pop a little hashtag workbook in the comments if you do not have the workbook. Okay, we're ready to go. Welcome everyone to Healing the Wounded Feminine. It is day 1. And each day has got so much beauty to bring to you. And I'm so glad that you are here. Here is just an invitation to share a screenshot of any of the slides, me, whatever, post it to your story or even just on Facebook and tag me for a chance to win. I'm going to be giving out some prizes. I know some of you have been sharing about this space for a chance to win a booked out one-on-one session with me. The reason why it's called that is because I'm literally booked out with my one-on-ones, but someone is going to be winning that session. And I'll also be having some other really cool prizes to give away. Let's get to it. I love this so much because so much growth can come from this. So first of all, the reason why this is here, what is a wound, is because literally someone did ask me once, okay, what is a wound? So what do you mean? All right. So when I'm referring to the wound, I'm referring to an injury, physical, spiritual, mental, an injury from the past, from this or another lifetime, that is held in the cellular memory. It's held still in our DNA today. And again, I just want to invite you to feel into what I'm bringing to you and feel if it's right for you, okay? So the witch wound is a deep, painful wound that we carry as a collective and as individuals. Many of us can read about the burning times, those persecutions, and actually feel a physical discomfort in the body. You might actually feel that fire start to burn in your belly. I've had a lot of women that feel hot in their feet. Due to this wounding, it is now so natural for us to hide away from shining our light and sharing our gifts with the world. So let me know if that's you, if you have a fear of showing up, if you have a fear of your spiritual gifts, a fear of your own power. Scared of succeeding, yes. Hard to hear me, is it? Okay. Let me just get out of this and do that. Okay. All right. So tell me, are you afraid to be the center of attention? I know that was me, big time. Do you wonder why you're actually afraid of that? And do you know exactly what you're afraid of? What do you think might happen? Our fear of being seen and heard is connected to a collective experience that's been passed down from our ancestors for generations. And not just that, it's come back through this incarnation from that lifetime. So it's multi-pronged, this wound. The witch wound and the legacy of the persecutions that occurred in order for the patriarchal paradigm to take hold is still holding you back from stepping into your power today. So even though we're shifting out of this paradigm in a really beautiful way, it's still there. It's still holding a lot of us down. So it's been a long time since the Western world have burned women at the stake, but in other parts of the world, they are actually still torturing women ritualistically. Okay, so this actually is still happening in the world. There are actually still witch hunts going on in certain parts of the world, and we're picking up on this collectively. Female circumcision, honor killings, and the systematic rape and torture of women, like I said, and men, are acts of torture that still occur today on a regular basis. Now, most of you here will have the fortune of being free from a culture where this doesn't happen, but we do still feel that collective vibration of fear. And I know a lot of you here are empaths, so you will be picking up on this big time. So whether you know it consciously or not, you are picking up on these energies. Sadly, many of you will have experienced sexual or physical assault, and many of us have experienced intimidation or harassment. Our culture encourages us to starve our bodies in order to be worthy. We cannot demonstrate and act on our sexuality without being slut-shamed and made to feel like social outcasts. So like I said, it's very multi-pronged, isn't it? So tell me if this is you. You are in the right place today if you have a deep fear of speaking your truth, or maybe you're afraid to just be seen. Are you afraid of your power? Afraid to use your abilities? Are you drawn to magic but you think it's bad? And do you fear authority and getting into trouble? I know that once upon a time, I had every single one of these fears. Do you often have a blocked, burning, or hard ball of energy in your throat? Maybe you have dreams or memories of being hanged, choked, beaten, or brutally murdered. Like I did say at the start, trigger warning, some of this is full on, but I know some of you may be experiencing this. There is a voice in your head that tells you you're a fraud or an imposter, and you people please to avoid making a scene. Maybe you have a history of throat-related illnesses. So this can manifest as actual physical illnesses in this current lifetime. You hide in the spiritual closet. You have big dreams of sharing your gifts and making your purpose your reality, but shy away from actually doing it in fear of what others may think. So I do have a lot of women that come to me who really want to live their purpose in their spiritual business, but they're actually too afraid to talk about that spiritual business in the first place. Are you an empath in business and it affects your visibility and showing up? I see this a lot. To be seen, you have to network, and to network, you have to admit what you do, the real truth. It also affects the clients and customers that are called to your offerings if you're a woman in business. Because when you keep your offering surface level to avoid showing too much of yourself, your perfect matches can't feel your truth. And if they can't feel you, they won't know your ability to help them. So this witch wound is a stored trauma that has either been transferred through our DNA from our ancestors, or a trauma we've held on from another lifetime and that we've had, where we're healers, wise women, midwives, herbalists, all the things where people were too afraid back then, because spirituality and anything woo scared them. They weren't ready for it. So this is not just a wound that affects a few. This is a collective wound, and it affects us as a society, whether our ancestors were living through these atrocities or not. So it is highly likely that you either have this wound from another lifetime, or it's been passed down through your ancestors, or both. So this is a wounding from being persecuted, shamed, belittled, not being good enough, being too much, being too weird, bold, or too different. We've been made to stay small, to stay hidden, and to stay in a place of fear. We've been made to be fearful. Now, in saying that, we don't want to stay in this disempowered state of someone else made me feel this way. Today is your opportunity to take that power back. Okay, so the witch wound keeps us hidden. We don't share our whole self for fear of being judged. Such a big one I see. Today I am sharing lessons with you from my brand new program, the Oracle Priestess. Those little videos should be working, but that's okay. And I'll talk about this later on in the week. So science is now starting to support what we humans have been able to observe for years. The history of our ancestors literally forms our unconscious belief system. Their traumas are coded as scars into our DNA, and I'm going to be talking about that more tomorrow with the ancestral wounds. So let me know in the chat, just type a yes if any of these responses sound like you. You can't share of your work, or perhaps you can't even at all. You self-sabotage. You're scared to talk about different things or spiritual things or woo-woo things. You doubt your gifts and your potential. You feel nervous speaking to a group of people. You fear being judged for talking about spiritual things. You can't imagine public speaking or people seeing you on video. And you feel physically ill at the thought of stepping into your power online and sharing those gifts you've been hiding. Take a breath. This needs to stop, right? We're shifting paradigms, and we've been seeing this paradigm shift happen for a while. You're being asked to step up and share your gifts with the world so that you can fulfill your soul mission. You are here to help humanity in your own unique way. Whether you're a woman in business or not, we all have our own purpose, right? But lots of us are too fearful to come out and share our truth and live our purpose. Is that you? Pardon me. So I just want to say on this, whether you're in business or not, you all have such a unique purpose. And then the way I see this energetically is we have a higher purpose. We have a soul mission. So I actually see these as two different things. The soul mission, let's just say your purpose in this life was to come here and birth the new earth children, okay? Your purpose was to come here and be a mother. And it's such a beautiful gift. But your higher purpose, and I know that you have this because you're here today, would be to clear this wound. Because when you clear this wound, you're clearing it for the collective as well. So it's so big. You healing yourself is so much bigger than you could probably ever possibly humanly conceive of, right? Pardon me. We're clearing here. Okay, we must realize that playing it small and hiding like we have been will not help our planet. And it blocks your path to abundance too. Because if we're not sharing our whole self with the world, they can't see us. So just quickly, how this happened for me and how I'm actually sitting here in front of you women today. I still get nervous before I hop on a live because there is still that little bitty fear of judgment, or she's talking about this, oh, that doesn't resonate with me. You know, there's still that stuff going on in the background, but it doesn't stop me from showing up today. Like I said, I came about this whole concept back in 2018 when I literally I had no confidence. I had no self-worth, and I didn't know how I was going to show up online, but I knew my purpose meant showing up online. Okay. So I went back to the lifetime when I first lost my confidence. And it was a scenario playing out where I was being persecuted as a witch. I wasn't actually a witch. I was a herbalist and a healer. But my sister in that lifetime got into my husband's ear and told him that I was a witch. So there was a deep betrayal that went on there. And they threw me under the bus, dobbed me in, and I was brutally murdered, okay, in all the ways. I was drowned first, chopped up, and burnt into little bits. So the community was afraid of me, all right? So I understand that today, that it was fear that drove their actions. So my sister lived out the rest of her life with my husband as his wife, and they raised my daughter. Because of the nature of that death was so traumatic, I was earthbound for about 100 years until my granddaughter crossed me over. Okay. So simply being aware of that lifetime and seeing that death scene play out and all of that helped to heal that witch wound. And I noticed over a few months after that, I noticed the changes. I noticed I was able to show up more, even through the fear. Okay. So I just want to say that the world needs you now more than ever, because we live in the most beautiful time in human history. Okay. Those dark ages are over. And my intention for you is to understand how this wound is affecting your life and your business, if you have one, so that you can clear it and activate abundance and riches and live your purpose, live your life to its fullest potential. Time is malleable. The past, present, and future coexist in a single moment. And this present life is the tiniest blip on the scale, the tiniest blip in a constellation of lives that compose your soul's destiny. First-hand accounts suggest that even just acknowledging a past version of yourself, fantasy or not, can be deeply cathartic. And that unearthing these hidden identities can help you dismantle the blocks that they present. So that's big. This is saying simply acknowledging that version of you that was persecuted as a witch and experienced the traumatic death scene. Just acknowledging that will help you clear these blocks in your current life. So past or other life healing, I like to call it, because really it's not really the past. Like I said, time is malleable. It's all coexisting at once, but I digress. Past life healing work removes those lives that currently hold the lower vibrations. So the ones that are holding you back now, those imprints and that stuck energy that are inhibiting your soul's evolution. And this is what I'm about, is your soul evolving and growing. And I see so many women stuck here at this precipice, stuck from ascending to that next level through fear. Pardon me. So a past life wound may show up as a karmic illness in this life, which is caused by that energy left over that's still present now to balance or complete that karma in this life. So we have an opportunity, a really beautiful opportunity now to balance that karmic scale, to clear the karma and move forward and like literally jump timelines. This is what this work does. When used as an opportunity for metamorphosis, karmic illness has the potential to change a person's path in life for their greatest benefit. So for example, coming into business, I was a support worker. I'd been to university to become a midwife and all the things. And I thought that was how, like, that was the best my life would ever get. And that was okay for me. But through following the little breadcrumbs from my soul, the little nudges, and clearing this wound, this huge unraveling happened. And I can confidently say there would be no way I would be sitting here in front of you today I just had a 6-figure month last month in my business serving other soulful women. There was no way that that was a part of my path at that time if I had chosen to stay in fear and ruled by those blocks and old karmas. Okay, so like I said, the simple act of acknowledging that lifetime through a regression or a clearing has the potential to alleviate that karma. This is big stuff. Anytime our consciousness expands in this way, we increase our potential for evolution. We decide what lessons we learn in this life before we incarnate, and our lives show us what we need to learn and when. Okay, this is when stuff happens and it gives us that opportunity for healing. When we become stuck and feel uncomfortable with where we are, then we know it's time for that shift. All right, that's the time. So are you ready to heal? Just give me a yes in the comments if you're ready to heal. Woo. Just a beautiful quote I love there. You can, you should, and if you're brave enough to start, you will. Okay, so now we're going to get into the clearing. I'm going to see you tomorrow for the ancestral wounds. And then day 3 is the prostitution wound. You do not have to have been a prostitute in this life or any life to be experiencing that wounding too, by the way. All right. All right, let's get to it. Usually I put music on, but you ladies said there was a bit of feedback going on. So we're going to do it without the music. And the way we're going to do this is I'm going to be running a sacred soul alignment called Persecution. And to do that, I will need access to your higher self and soul records. So just having a yes in your mind, and I'll disconnect at the end. And the way we do this is connect into the heart of Gaia, your higher self, and the heart of Creator to get you nice and open to receive this energy. And you can listen to this again. These videos will be available for 7 days. All right. So, whoop. Just going to get out of my presentation here. And I know anyone who has been following me knows all about sacred soul alignments. If you've never received these before, you're in for a retreat. You're in for a retreat because they're really beautiful packets of energy, really potent packets of energy. They are sacred energies of pure light and love, and your guides will come in to help me run this energy. They heal aspects of who we are, the emotional, the mental, physical, spiritual layers of our existence, and they heal all of the negative experience of your soul journey across all timelines and all dimensions. Going to mute, make sure everyone's muted. So if you could just make sure you've muted, I think everyone is muted now. Awesome. All right, ladies, let's do this. So just closing your eyes and getting into a nice, comfortable position. We'll probably be here for the next 5 to 10 minutes. It doesn't take very long to run the alignment. Just know that the alignment will continue to run after this call, all right? As long as necessary, at the perfect pace, in the perfect amounts, as guided by your higher self and soul records. All right. Beautiful. Let's get nice and heart-centered here. If you find it difficult to drop into your heart, maybe just placing your hands over your heart. Closing down your eyes if you can. No worries if you can't. And just dropping your awareness down into your heart. Slowing down the breath. Imagining that you can breathe in and out through your heart now. Taking a moment to call back all parts and pieces of you. Calling back anywhere that you may have left a part of yourself off in another time, place, dimension, reality. Calling them all back to you now. Good. Now, I just want you to notice, whether you're visual or not, that has no bearing on this healing, but just see if you can notice that there are these beautiful pink sparkles of light surrounding you now. This is the pink light of compassion, one of the highest vibrations available to us on this planet. And just take a moment here to breathe this light into your body. Breathing this light into your heart space, opening and expanding your heart with that beautiful pink light. Relaxing deeper now. Dropping a cord of light from your heart and run this cord down through your body, dropping it down through your legs and out through the soles of your feet. Connecting this cord of light down into your Earth Star chakra. You do not need to know what this is because your higher self does. Dropping this cord of light down into the layers of the earth, deep into the earth. Dropping it down and deeper and deeper. Coming down into the center of the earth, where you will see, feel, or even imagine a warm golden light. This is the heart chakra of Gaia. Connecting into this space and anchoring your energy in here as you feel into that beautiful, loving, and nurturing energies from Gaia. Feeling into the infinite wealth, knowledge, abundance, and wisdom available to you in this space. Good. And now drawing up that warm golden light. Drawing it up. Drawing it back up through your cord, back up through the layers of the earth. Drawing it up through your Earth Star and back into the soles of your feet. Feel this warm golden light rising up your legs, your body, and into your heart space. Noticing how this beautiful golden light mixes with the pink light of compassion and the beautiful light from your own heart, creating a beautiful ball of rose gold light in the center of your heart. And just breathing this light out through your body. Breathing this light out beyond your physical body, at least 12 feet in all directions. This is creating a beautiful ball of rose gold light that you are now in the center of. You are safe. You are loved. You are protected in this space. Good. And now pulling a thread of that heart light and pulling it up through your high heart, pulling it up through your throat, your third eye, and out through the top of your crown, connecting this light in with your soul star chakra. Again, you don't need to know where this is. Good. And now sending this light up even higher now. Connecting in with your higher self. connecting heart to heart and consciousness to consciousness with your higher self. Good. And now calling in your divine aspect, the highest aspect of your higher self here. And if it feels good to you in this moment, just allowing your higher self to drop down into your body and merge with you now. Beautiful. And now sending your beam of light up and out into the universe, going with it, sending this light out through and beyond the universe, out past the multiverse, out as far as you can possibly go, until you come to the beautiful white iridescent light from the heart of Creator. So allowing yourself to enter into this space, anchoring yourself in here, getting settled in this space of all potential and possibility, feeling how expanded you feel here. Just taking a moment to feel into that heart-to-heart connection between your heart and the heart of Creator here, as you soak up that unconditional love. Good. Calling in the persecution release alignment now. Divine love and light, creator, change it. Beautiful. Just allowing this energy to begin to run in, through, and around you. We have all experienced some form of persecution at one time or another. Persecution is the systematic mistreatment of an individual or group by another individual or group. Religious, cultural, racial, and political persecution are just some forms that this takes. So with the intention of clearing any persecution through the witch wound from this or other lifetimes, this alignment will dissolve the trauma from experiencing all forms of persecution across all timelines, and the trapped emotions, trauma, and energetic signatures of that traumatic experience. Just being open to receive, breathing through the energies. You are completely safe in this space. Do not be alarmed if any memories come to surface or any feelings of trauma, sadness, deep sadness and betrayal. Allow these emotions to come up and breathe through them. If you do feel the sensation of suffocation or burning, please know that you are safe. You are completely safe. This is clearing away that death programming. And it's only coming up to be released today. And whether you are visually seeing anything, feeling anything or not, you are receiving exactly what you need to clear this persecution wound today. This alignment will continue to run long after this call. So just being really gentle with yourself in the coming days and weeks You will all experience this differently. You may be coughing a lot, yawning, burping, swaying. You may have very vivid dreams after this. Just know that it's all for your highest good. You are totally safe. Good. And now it's just as important to anchor these energies into your current reality. So just allow yourself to gently drop down out of the heart of creation, dropping back down through your beam of light, coming back through the multiverse, the universe, back into your physical body, just keeping your eyes closed if they are. Witnessing a space open up in the floor beneath you so that you inside your physical body, inside that circle of light, can drop down into the earth, dropping down into the heart of Gaia, anchoring these energies into your heart and your high heart, anchoring them into your mind and your higher mind, into every cell of your body and the DNA, into all of your chakras and all of your subtle bodies, grounding them down into your earth star, anchoring them into the heart of Gaia, into your soul grid, and into all 12 dimensions now. Beautiful. Okay, I'm just going to read some comments here. Ladies live with me on Zoom and ladies on Facebook, coming back. If you feel like you floated right away, just rubbing your hands together, maybe stomping your feet, taking a drink of water. Okay, my hair is standing up. Ooh. Oh, you're welcome, Brenda. So good to see you, darling. So I'm burping. Hi, Nikki. Brenda, releasing crystallization in the muscles. Thank you for saying that, because that's what this does, is it releases crystallized thought forms. So over long periods of time, when we believe something and believe something and believe something so much, it crystallizes. So thank you for saying that, beautiful. Tan, third eye pulsating. Ooh, and my neck was shaking back and forth. Wow. Wow. Kim Barry, I felt darkness come over me when I called in my higher self. So I actually feel just quickly that that's a fear, Kim. So the witch wound can be so deep and dark, it actually can shut us completely off from all of our psychic abilities, which you all have. This is one of the big reasons why we think we're not psychic or we have blocks to using our abilities, is because there's a deep fear we've had over lifetimes that it's not safe to connect with spirit, or there's some black magic trauma and things like that. Like, this is so, I just love this topic. So I think that was just a knee-jerk fear coming in, Kim, and I would recommend, I don't know if you connect with your higher self a lot, but I would recommend practicing that, because you are your higher self, okay? And your higher self is, like, the way I see our higher selves is like our light bodies. They're effectively like our oversoul, overseeing, but at the same time, we're not separate from them. So you are your higher self. And we actually don't even need to call, I call mine her, but I don't need to call her in because, and neither do you, because she's already there, but it just helps us ground that perception in, if that makes sense. Tan, purple healing, beautiful. I felt pain in my pubic area and I felt it release. Amazing, Tammy. Saw a purple light when I sent forgiveness and loved, and looks like wings spread. Beautiful, Kim. At first I saw dark. It flipped as we were guided to the creator. Beautiful. I think I fell asleep. So thanks for saying that, Linda. Even though this wasn't a particularly long healing, when something is traumatic or super deep, depending on how much you play with energy in your daily life, the subconscious will just slip out of the way to receive that. Okay, got very tired. Yep, so normal. You might be super, super tired after this. Okay, what have our Facebook ladies got to say? Tightness in the chest and a lot of fear. Yes. Lower back pain increases and releases. Beautiful, Brenda. You saw the lives again. Beautiful. I think a forgiveness diet for a couple of days might be a good, yes, 100%. So I've forgiven my community from that lifetime because they were doing it out of fear, like they were afraid of me, okay? My right arm was on fire, yes. Melissa, you saw some lungs. Ooh, okay, so, and you have lung issues in this lifetime, don't you, Melissa? So back when I was presenting, I mentioned karmic illnesses. A lot of chronic disease and illnesses can also, we can see these clear up and have full miraculous healing from connecting with these past versions of ourselves. So interesting. Tight coil within and loosening and releasing. Beautiful. I saw something dark too when I connected with my higher self and heard that she doesn't have darkness but can show me my shadow. That is beautiful, Sarah. Oh, gorgeous. Full, you feel drained. Yes. Yes, Brenda, exactly. Stop the loop. Exactly. It can stop right here, right now with us. And the more of us showing up doing this work, it's like it spreads across the planet in such a beautiful, beautiful way. So I've given you, just to help you go deeper and ground this in even more, I have given you a workbook. It's not super long. It's just some questions to help you ground this into your physical reality. So I'm going to pop the link in the Zoom chat and the Facebook chat just so you can take a look at that. Yes, you absolutely can, Linda. The more women who experience this, the better. I'd love to see the fibromyalgia release. Yes, Kim. And there is actually a fibromyalgia alignment. This is great. Oh, you're so welcome, Brenda. So, ladies, like I mentioned, this is all little parts I'm bringing to you from the Oracle Priestess journey, which I will invite you into probably tomorrow. But there is a link that you can click in that workbook if you want to check it out now. And that's really all about healing these deep, dark wounds, stepping into our power, reactivating spiritual gifts that we forgot we even had in this life, spiritual gifts that are still coming online that we haven't seen before. We have these and it's beautiful. The tightness around your heart is now gone. I'm so glad, Debbie. Beautiful. You had some serious releasing. It's a big one. And that's why we started with this today, because I wanted to get straight into, you know, I don't fluff around with healing. I like to go straight to the root cause. Isn't it fascinating? So ladies on Zoom, if anyone wants to unmute and ask a question, now is your time. Otherwise, yeah, any ladies on Facebook, feel free to ask questions. I'll keep an eye on the chat throughout the day. You're welcome, Taniqua. You're so welcome. And thank you for joining me. Beautiful, beautiful souls. And I hope to see you all back here tomorrow for the ancestral clearing. And I'm still deciding what I'm going to clear for the prostitution wound. It may be shame. We'll see. We'll see what comes through. I always just go with what I'm guided to do. You're welcome, Tan. All right, ladies, I will see you tomorrow, same time, same place. I'm sending you so much love. Linda, I'm looking at your beautiful smile. Sending you love. Bye, everyone.